Oh, see this? This is Andre. All right, Princeton. Is he a track athlete? What is this? Okay, all right. Men's track and field. Versatile skill set here. All-time school. Number one all-time in school history in the heptathlon. Okay, all right. I'm intrigued.
Hello and happy Wednesday. Welcome to Best Ball with Bindles slash the L Coach. How's it going, bro? Yoshivasa, I think I've seen probably like 3 or 4 like streamers and people talk about Yoshivas, like in potentially the wide receiver 3 role, or maybe wide receiver 2 if T. Higgins leaves. I don't think, I'm more leaning wide receiver 3 probably, but
yeah. The power slot.
Our one true king would get to such heights. He had what, 5 touchdowns? It was pretty crazy.
Pretty nice little rookie season, and he's getting taken in the teens now in startups. It feels like so. Like he had a little glow up. It's good. You were way out in front of that one. Awesome.
Shout out D Plout. He was on him even earlier than I was, and then I jumped on the bandwagon. I think it was March last year. I made that clip. So yeah,
Was it the Ivy League connection?
Yep, it was the Ivy League connection.
That's it.
But I got to make an updated clip. That's on my to-do list. You know, I got to get in the lab, cook something up with all those touchdowns he scored. So
I love it. It's just. New clip is just us gassing up Laporta off season last year.
You know what? We needed a Laporta clip as well. Honestly, we definitely need one of those. We can alternate. You know, we got our stands. You know, Laporta is definitely one of those. Me being a Lions fan and you being an OG Laporta stan. So yeah. So okay, we're both in a startup right now. Why don't you just talk through how you started off, and like just whatever, how you're feeling and anything else that's going on with you.
Bud, first of all, thank you as always. Just when the thought starts to tickle my brain, like it's about to be February, I kind of feel like I did the startup in January, like kind of should do one for February, right? And then out of the ether in my DMs slides an invite from Bindles.
Honestly,
great.
I think it's really bad because now I'm like, I want to make content around it. So like, it gives me even more. Like before, if I was just like, I probably should just wait and do like, now I'm like, bro, this is free content. Like you
can do it as a tax write-off now too, right? It's a business expense.
Exactly. It's a business expense.
That's great.
So you start off A-Rich and Kyler, and then you're up right now on the clock right now.
Yeah. Ticking everybody off right now. It's great. Picking 3-2, and I'm going to be indecisive because we're cruising through 3 rounds already tonight. So we're just going to sit and chill. But yeah, picking out of the 11th spot, and was kind of expecting to go like maybe I didn't think 1-1 would fall there. I figured I'd end up with like another chase team, maybe CD or something like that. There was a run on wide receivers in the middle of the first round before some of the QBs were taken. I think you got Herbert at 110.
I got Herbert
traded him out.
Yeah, and then I was between Herbert and Caleb. Like I think Herbert has some stink on him right now with the Harbaugh hiring. I whatever. He was fine at 110, obviously, but
yeah.
if I can get I was between him and Caleb. I think Caleb is the opposite. Like I think, or whoever's 101, like will get steamed up. Like I'll be able to trade him for one of those guys, Burrow, Herbert, whoever like kind of is out of vogue at any time. So
yeah,
it's like the flexibility of that. And I picked up a 10th round pick, which is like early 2nd round pick. So like whatever, just acquire some value. But yeah.
It's a smart play. I dig it. Like it's kind of crazy because we were joking like right before you got on the clock. I'm like, dude, like neither one of us even had to trade up for elite QBs, which was like a staple of what we did all last offseason. But yeah, being able to start Anthony Richardson and Kyler is feels like you're stealing a little bit. I can't believe Kyler is still that undervalued. The 102 was definitely tempting, but I have a lot of 102s right now, and really just wanted to get the little king in there next to the 10 out of 10 Raz guy, and let's see what
Diversify the
happens.
portfolio, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. Like I really like the second round quarterbacks right now. I've heard a lot of people talking about it, but like I've tried to start like a Jefferson or Lamb or Chase and then back around, but I haven't gotten a slot where it's worked out. I feel like the wide receivers are going early right now.
Yeah.
Which I think is honestly, I think it's viable because like after that first like after like Lamar and Hurts, like Stroud, Burrow, Herbert, even like Caleb, like I think they're all kind of like the same tier to me. And I think scoring wise, they're not that much different than like the Dak, Kyler, even Jordan Love. Like the third round is like Purdy. And then you have obviously 101 through 104 in that range as well. So I think it's just really nice because like before all the quarterbacks were getting pushed up and it was like after that first round, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Now, I think there's a lot more flexibility where like if you do want to go first round wide receiver, it feels a lot cozier than it has in the past. So
yeah, cozy. I love it. That's how I want my drafts in February to feel, nice and cozy. Yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy because like I'm not going to draft Purdy at the end of the second round. I'm glad somebody is because that's I get it. He's hyper efficient. I feel pretty firm. Tua aside, I'll chase efficiency, not chase, but like I'll go after efficiency in wide receivers. I think that's the better bet than doing it with your QBs because I think we've kind of seen that with pocket passers where you have a year where if things don't go the right way, your TD efficiency slips off. Like that's a huge impact on your scoring potential, especially for your team when you're drafting that guy in the second round of a startup. I will still chase the rushers and the elite upside at QB there. Not too into safety, kind of feels like a round 5, round 6 pick for Purdy, to be honest. Like, remember where like Goff and those guys were last offseason. It feels I feel fine with it there, but yeah, I don't know.
I still have no Purdy, so like it's weird because I feel like I'm like I also just hate him in real life. So I think like mid third, I would be fine. Like if he were to fall there and I didn't have a second quarterback, I think I'd probably be fine. If anything, for value purposes, like there's probably going to be one Brock Purdy stan in every league that like you'll be able to get off the ship if you want to. And so yeah, and I mean he's young at least, so like he'll hold that value. But yeah, I don't see him like that much differently than like honestly, like Deshaun Watson is going like a round or two later than him, and I don't know, like I'd almost not straight up based on the market value, but yeah, Brock or Tua.
This is not even a question for me. What are you doing?
I mean, the only thing is market has Brock ahead of Tua, so but
I'll default to give me whoever's cheaper, and it's going to be Tua right now. Speaking, I wanted to touch on this because like you mentioned the Brock Purdy stands in a semi-home league with some guys, and it's Midwestern, so there's definitely like a Brock Purdy influence, and like would just like pull up, some of his random like EPA stats and stuff like that, where it's like he's hyper efficient and stuff like that. And it just, put the screenshot in there. This guy seems good. Wasn't saying he was an MVP or anything like that. Just like, poking the bear a little bit, like just seems good. These are good numbers. And it accidentally like turned into a full season, like culture war centered around Brock Purdy, where like Brock Purdy, I bet if you could do like Control F in the sleeper chat, probably brought up close to like 1,400 times by people throughout the season. Just absolutely insane, the Brock Purdy discourse. So, yeah. The Apes League, Brock Purdy, mainstay.
Brother, I'm a Lions fan. I'm from Detroit. And it's so funny because on Sunday, I played football in college. I played football for like 12 years. Before the games, whatever, if you played football, you always get that like feeling in your stomach, that like just angst in your stomach. And the whole Sunday leading up to the game, I was telling my girlfriend, I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like I feel like I'm getting pregame jitters. Like, because like I'm pretty like rational and pretty like detached because of fantasy at this point. But this was the one time where I was just like, I was feeling it. And
How
then
can you not be?
Yeah, and then they were up, what was it, 20 to 7?
4-7. Yeah.
So that was happening, and I was like feeling so good, but I was just like, I know from playing football too, it's like something they can change so quick, especially being a Lions fan. I have PTSD. So yeah, that was a real rough one. I was hurting real bad after that, and especially with it being we were talking about the man Brock Purdy being him. Man, I was annoyed as hell.
Dipshit throws. Like, it's so frustrating. And like, man, like, I feel you and my heart goes out to you. Like, I can't imagine what it felt like. I've sort of been on the end of ones like that, not quite to that degree, but like with all of the like Goff standing and the Laporta standing and the Gibbs standing that I had picked up, like I kind of semi-adopted the Lions. And like talking with you through the year, like it was good stuff. And like, dude, it was so awesome seeing them just absolutely maul the Niners in the first half. And they were doing everything right. Gibbs was just gashing them left and right. You had the nice passing from Goff where he was just hitting dudes in stride, hitting Laporta in stride. And Dan Campbell was on fire, like making all the right calls. And like, of all the teams that you just want to catch the breaks for once, it should have been them. And they like the second guessing around Campbell's stuff is so frustrating because that dude pushed every
100%.
button the right way. Like, I can't imagine, like, you're a former player. Like, that seems like the kind of guy that you want to play for, where he's just, no, we're going for it. Like, we're going to win this game. We're not going to wait around. Like, go win it. Like, that's what you want. And it's hard to watch that happen, but also very pumped that they got Ben Johnson back. I think that speaks a lot to that. It's got to be the locker room, the culture. He's probably waiting on another head coaching vacancy at the end of next year, but like, whatever, dude, to pull that back and run it back again is freaking awesome. Like, good for them.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I thought Ben Johnson was going to leave last year, so now we're getting two extra years of Ben Johnson. It's all gravy at this point. Like, I thought he was already gone after last year, so I'm feeling real good about that. But yeah, it was, you know what? It was a good run. As a Lions fan, like, I'll take it. Like, I don't like to be the fan where it's like, okay, like, take the moral victory, but I think as a Lions fan, you can do that.
Yeah.
So
get a wide receiver too; they'll be fine. Maybe some cornerbacks.
Yeah, cornerbacks. Yeah, I mean, hey, I think they're on the up and up, obviously, and yeah, I mean, keep everything like the same as the same as possible. That would be nice. I mean, Goff looked pretty. He threw for 4,500 yards. Like, with Ben Johnson, he looks freaking amazing. But whatever, we'll let it ride. I took Amon-Ra at 2-1, which is not my normal. You know me, that is not my normal mode of apparatus.
Live a little.
What?
Live a little.
Live a little.
You got it.
You know what? I had actually, I don't know how many, like 3 or 4 shares of Amon-Ra, and then I ended up trading. Like, I was all in on Olave like early in the season and like preseason, and freaking traded him like straight up or pretty much straight up for Amon-Ra, like 3 or 4 times. And so then now I have 30% Olave and like only 1 share of Amon-Ra. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, the value's not there. I have a ton of Kyler. I have whatever. I was just like, I need to just live a little. let it happen. And I mean, whatever. He scored almost 21 points a game. So I mean, it's not like that's more than a lot of quarterbacks. So I'll take it.
Allow yourself to the treat of getting like a 30% target share at the beginning of round 2. It's okay. It's going to be okay.
I'll take it. I mean, I don't think you're going to look back and be like, oh, this is a terrible pick. Like maybe a quarterback is a better like hold of value, but whatever. Let's talk about Laporta though. So what did he have? I think he had like 13 targets or something in that game, and with a busted knee.
Yeah.
How high are the stonks for Laporta going into year 2?
I mean, I don't think he can get steamed up any higher. Top 20 player across the board, it seems like value wise. I like it's kind of at the top. It feels like he's obviously tight end 1. The knee injury turned out to be, from everything we've heard, relatively insignificant because he was playing and stuff like that. So he dodged a major bullet there. I don't know that it can go up any higher than it is right now. So I think we're kind of like right at the peak, knocking on the door. Curious to see what happens with Bowers coming in. If he ends up in a good spot, you've called him going to the Chargers.
That would be nice.
Yeah, especially with Harbaugh there now. Like, yeah. So I could see. I could see Bowers kind of getting up within maybe that top 30 overall there, probably like top 3 tight end if he gets that juicy landing spot. But I think Laporte is kind of perched up top at number 1 for the rest of the offseason. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can really go any higher. I mean, I don't know. People were taking Kyle Pitts at the 1-2 turn. After his rookie
hand up.
I mean, even as the resident tight end enjoyer here, I still wouldn't even take him that. I think like it's just hard with like we said, there's so much value in the second round. Like there's good quarterbacks. There's like Puka will sometimes fall to the end there. Like Dak will fall into the 3rd round. T-Law. It's hard to take him over those guys. I think you can make a case for it, but I don't think he can really go that much higher. I mean, he's already the tight end 1 and like whatever, maybe he can move up a couple spots, but beginning of the 3rd round is pretty damn high. But it's also, there's the argument to be made that like there's better. It's not as just like, okay, it's Travis Kelce, it's Mark Andrews, and then nobody else.
Yeah.
We have McBride, we have Dalton Kincaid, we have Pitts, we have Brock Bowers coming in. I don't know. I feel like Brock Bowers is going to get steamed the F up like very, very high.
Yeah.
Everybody, all the draft analysts are projecting him like top 5, top 6 picks. So seems like where there's smoke, there's fire. And if that happens with his analytical profile, like I think he's going to the moon. He might, I don't know if he'll go above Laporta, but I think they'll be pretty much like neck and neck. In terms of value. So, which I think it's fair. But I slightly still lean Laporta just based on we've already seen it, but there's a lot of good options, which is good to. It's just something we haven't said in fantasy football for a long time, that there's a lot of good tight end options. So,
yeah, and I feel like the scary part is where you're going to get your put your hand in the bear trap is. This was a huge aberration for rookie tight ends. What we've seen lately. And there's a chance with Bowers, like there's just that chance where it just doesn't go as we've seen with some of these other guys. Like Pitts and Laporta, I think had that benefit of not really having the entrenched guy in front of them. We've talked about that quite a bit and what a difference that makes, especially for a tight end. The Chargers, I think you got like Gerald Everett there. I'm not sure if he's under contract for next year.
I think he's a free agent. Don't quote me on that.
Okay. Yeah. There's like, I love Bowers. I love the profile, but yeah, like there is some risk with rookie tight ends and like, banking on, I'm going to get 200 points from these guys. Like it's a little gamey sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah. So, but the other guy that people, it's weird. Like, I think there's a big variance in how he's valued right now. Like, I'll say, like, I've taken him like mid third round, after like the Brees Hall and Laporta and whatever have went, is Trey McBride.
Yeah.
He had a crazy weeks 8 through 17. I think his expected points per game were almost 18 points per game.
That tight end
And
premium, like half point.
I think it's tight end premium. Yeah. So yeah, he in week 8 through 17, he averaged 18.7 expected points per game and 18.7 points per game, in 0.5 tight end premium leagues. So both of those would be tight end one marks on the year. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I think you can take both sides of it. Like, yes, they're probably going to draft like Neighbors or Marvin Harrison Jr. So he won't be the number one option. But we've seen Kyler really target tight ends, whether it be Zach Ertz or whoever it is. I think it was like,
Yeah.
even was what, Max Williams or whatever. Like, he likes to throw to tight ends. And I mean, whatever. Who's their wide receiver? I don't think Marquise Brown is coming back based on just I think he's probably going to try to like get some more money in free agency. That's not 100%, but if he's the number two option on a Kyler led offense, I'm pretty comfortable with that. And
Yeah.
he was number 2 tight end in yards per route run, number 4 tight end in PFF grade. So like, I still would have Laporta ahead of him, but I think it's not as big of a gap as a lot of people think. And I just got him at 407 in a startup where Laporta went like early third. So if there's that big of a gap, like, I'm fine trade. Well, I want both, but if you can trade back and still get a McBride, that would be sick.
Yeah. That's a huge kind of like value gain that you can soak up, if he is going to put up numbers similar to Laporta, similar to what he did I think those are actually better than what he outpaced Laporta at the end of last year. The thing that freaks me out is just like that rookie season was so abysmal. And I get he had Ertz there and stuff like that. But like, I just always hate when you're having to like split stuff out to like make it look good. But like, it was there, but that's just me being slow to adjust my priors.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and I don't think it's like I think still prefer Laporta, based on the fact that Laporta just came straight in. But it's like Laporta also had such a good situation. He had nobody in front of him. He had Ben Johnson, the absolute master at scheming up plays. So I'll hold it against McBride a little bit, but I also want to give him his flowers for what he did when he did have the opportunity. So
good stuff.
And then I don't know. You know what? I think McBride, I think I was a little bit too harsh on him earlier in the offseason. I think if we look, like we said, like rookie tight ends, if we look at it like holistically based on all tight ends, like he still had a very, very solid rookie year. And even when Knox came back, the last few weeks of the regular season and in the playoffs, he still was commanding targets. It was kind of a weird offense, but I think whatever, he's still a rookie, so you still have to assume his role will grow. Maybe, if it's Diggs and Kincaid and then Shakir or whoever, maybe they draft a rookie. But where he's going late fourth, and I've seen him go like late fifth even. I'm definitely shifting off my priors on him, and I think he's solid enough. If you do miss out on one of those other guys, I think there's a lot of good options in that range. I really like that fourth and fifth round for tight end is just so nice.
I want to chase some Mayer. I feel like they're going to clear out of pass catchers almost if this Devontae trade stuff comes to pop, and if they get a rookie QB in there. I feel like it's pretty much like him and Jacoby left hanging out in town.
I was going to say that sounds like Jacoby Myers music.
Yeah. Yeah, but could be a good opportunity, and I think he's definitely a good buy. I think we've talked about him before, but snag him a few times this offseason.
Yeah. I think with Bowers, I'm just it's I don't know where he's going to go in drafts. That's the thing. Like, I think it's going to be really league dependent because I mean, personally, I still think I would lead Neighbors. Like, I think Neighbors is just like, there's no way he's busting.
Dude.
Like, he just looks so solid.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get like top 5 or 6 draft capital. Like, I know it's tight end premium, but I still think I would go Neighbors over him. So I still think he might fall to like 106, 105, but I think it's some leagues people will take him just based on the tight end premium and the perception of tight ends. So it'll be interesting to see how it falls. We still have a lot of time to the draft, so I don't want to like dig too deep on it. But
dude, this combine is going to be nuts. I feel like was it like 21 or 22 with Olave and was it Olave and Garrett Wilson and them where everybody was like running in the 4.3s?
I think it was 22. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
this was the second year. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, it just, I don't know if you can juice the turf in Indy, but like everybody was just running fast as heck. And like, we got Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr. We're going to see Brock Bowers, O'Dunes, like all these guys, like you're getting the monster wide receivers. And like, if these dudes are, that size clocking in like 4.4, sub 4.4 times for the receivers, that's kind of nuts. Like people are going to lose their minds, and these early firsts are just going to be pure gold.
I was going to say, I think it's going to push down. Like there's going to be a lot of good value that falls to the second as well, because I mean, what is it? Troy Franklin, Keon Coleman, whatever. There's a lot of receivers where, like you said, like they're big, they're super athletic. I think they're going to put up very juicy combine numbers. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Travis Preston. Yeah, he's airing the dirty laundry on stream.
Oh, let's see what we got here.
So is there anything else draft wise you want startup draft wise you want to cover before we hop into a draft?
Gosh, no, man, it's fun. It's a fun time of year. I feel like there's no bad spots to be at in the draft this year, which is, it's kind of cool because I've been tucked in the backside for the last 2. Both of them wildly different starts, and just digging how it goes, man. Like it's a fun time to draft right now. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel really nice about like I've been obviously based on how I usually draft. I usually draft 2 quarterbacks and then a tight end through like 3 rounds if I can. Or like a falling Breece Hall, or someone usually falls into the second round, a Gibbs or something. And then the wide receivers in that 5th round are like 4th, 5th round are just sexy as hell. And then you can just, for the next couple rounds, fill in with some old, like Devontae and Diggs are falling to like 6th or sometimes 7th round. And then you just fill in with your whatever random wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 types. Like Cooper Kupp fell to me like 9th round. It's like, it just feels really nice because I feel like the young guys are getting pushed up so far that, I think it's also this time of year. I think once we move closer to the season, it'll balance out a little bit. But I don't know. It just seems like you can build some crazy super teams right now where you're just getting hella value. And then lots of running backs are falling into that like round 9 through like round 12 range, where it's like, if I can get one of the early guys, I will. But I don't know. I've seen people with opposite takes where like they think because there's not as much running back talent coming in the draft, that you should be more willing to make a bet on some of the like Pacheco types, the James Cook types, those kind of guys. So maybe it's just my bias going into that. I'll have to think about it more and kind of dive deeper into it. But right now it feels like, it's like you either want the early guys, one early guy, or I'm just waiting. And then you can always, like we said, there's so much value in the draft right now. You can always just trade for one later on. So, it feels really nice. I don't know. It feels better than last year, to be honest. It really does. I don't know if it's just like me doing so many startups, but it feels really nice.
It's good stuff, man. It's good exercise.
It is very good exercise. Okay, well, why don't we hop into a draft? I have not done one yet. You said you've done a couple.
I was going to do one prior to this, but then got caught up in a startup, so I didn't. So, we're going into this. It's not that we're inexperienced at it this year. We're just going in with fresh eyes, is what we're doing. So I've watched a couple.
I was going to say I've been watching, and it just dropped 2 days ago.
Yeah. Let me share my screen. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. You still got that? Is your Underdog account juiced up still?
Let's not look at that yet. we gotta get that out of there. All righty.
Okay. How's it look? I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So
we're waiting on a few people.
I'm just going to. 1 second. I'm just going to pull this up really quick on the.
Nice cover.
Oh, is the logo? The logo's cooked.
Yeah,
the logo's
good. Right there.
That was not planned at all. So
very intentional. It worked out well.
God is looking out for you.
Yeah, we're feeling it. So yeah, where do you, based on what you've seen so far, where do you kind of want to be parked at for this?
You know what? Like, I haven't dug into it too deep, but I don't know. I almost feel like that, like Jamar Chase, and Brees Hall, Amon-Ra range, like that kind of middle, feels kind of nice. Like I just feel like I think we're there's too much recency bias on Jamar Chase, like Joe Burrow being hurt, him being hurt. I think him being the number 5 pick, I understand why he's there, but like if next year he's a wide receiver 1 and scores 350 points, like I would not be surprised at all. So that feels really nice. And then obviously, like I think you have to put CMC 101, but I mean, if there's anybody other than CMC who I think is most likely to be the RB1 is definitely Brees Hall. So that feels nice, like 5 picks later and scooping up some value in the second round. So yeah. But I do think this time of year is a good time to do 0 RB too. Like same as in startups, but I think people are still discounting some of the older guys, and you can attack it through volume, especially in these 20-round drafts. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Go 6, 7, 8 running backs and just whatever. Scoop some rookie value as well, because someone's bringing up Audric Estime from Notre Dame, but there's some good rookies where I think this is the time to do that. We can't necessarily say, because a running back is really landing spot and draft capital dependent, but take your shots, mix in a couple vets with some rookies. So
yeah, man.
Damn, I didn't think we were gonna wait this long.
I know. I think we might.
If anyone's in the chat, please join a big board right now so we can get started.
Is that Panda that's joining in? Said he made it into our draft.
Yeah, he did.
Terrorize us. That'll be great.
This is Red Pandas. I love you. ILY. He's very well known in the streets, in the dynasty streets. But yeah, what about you? You haven't done one yet, you said?
Haven't done one. This will be the first. I kind of echo what you're thinking about, getting parked in the middle, just because it feels like there are so many good players to choose from this year. Definitely CMC 101. Saw a great. Did you see that tweet going around about like, what do you do if $1 billion hits your account?
And no, I didn't see it. What is it?
It's just, that question, and then you quote tweet around it. The best quote tweet that I saw around it was a dude putting the $1 billion on a CMC anytime touchdown score in the Super Bowl. And like, dude, that is the sharpest move possible. If you can get it, that'd be great. Just imagine.
Now I just need $1 billion.
Yeah, that's all we're waiting on. It's a tough scene.
We need to come. You know how we can get $1 billion? We need to come up with a model that predicts the next Sam Laporta. So we need to dig deep into the spreadsheets, build that out, sell it to Elon Musk, and then we'll be set for life. We can move to Costa Rica. We'll never have to deal with the government and just the BS that we have to deal with here anymore. So
it'll be great. It's if you can produce marginal offense in a Kirk Ferentz system, you might be the next Sam Laporta. It's great.
Yeah, I was telling you, there's I forget his name, but there's an Iowa tight end. He doesn't like Laporta. Looking back, like the way he moves is just so unique. Like he is.
Yeah.
He's built #built different. Like the way he moves for a guy his size is just crazy. So I think you were identifying it. You had that Iowa bias going into it, but he really did look different. Because this guy, I'm looking at him, I'm like, okay, he's big, he looks athletic, but it's more like a jump ball type guy as opposed to like run after the catch. Like Laporta's run after the catch is just insane. Like
dude's a water type.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like you just see him and it looks like he's floating across the water. He's Jesus freaking walking on water sometimes.
Yeah, he just glides, man. And he's a big guy too. Like he's I mean, theoretically, like he's gonna add some bulk to his frame these next few years. And like his movement skills, it's not that he's juking guys out of his shoes, but he just knows when to move and he just kind of gets around it at the right time. I'm putting all sorts of like really good measurables out there with this, but yeah, like he's just got it, man. And like the Yak guys, it's crazy when you look at it. That's the one thing slightly related that freaks me out about Marvin Harrison Jr. is like his Yak stuff isn't there compared to Neighbors.
Neighbors with Yak is just out of this world. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, we're waiting on one person. Let's go.
I never thought. I mean, I guess it is January, but I thought the sickos were out in full force. Like
8:30 Central, late January. Let's go. Underdog community. Where are we at? This one will get tossed out anyways.
Someone's gonna take 14 quarterbacks, and build out the ultimate QB room.
Yeah.
I really. I love that Abby. The mustache. The mustache is strong, man.
Oh, bud, that's golf season. We're only like 3 months away. It's coming. It's coming back with a vengeance. We'll be good.
Yeah, brother. I can grow out the beard. My mustache grows long, but it's not that juicy, thick mustache. Like it just doesn't look the same,
Yeah, that's good stuff. My goodness, we need one more. Come on.
But yeah, I don't know. The second round with like Ayuk and Debo, even Nico Collins is getting like pushed up to like the beginning of the second round. I don't know. That doesn't like I don't understand the Ayuk and Debo thing. Like what is materially different other than just #vibes than last year? Like obviously they're in the Super Bowl. But like, what is the difference? Like, why are they going so much higher? Like, I think they should be going the same place. I think Spags was saying, like, yeah, like 30s, I'm fine with it. But like, pick 15, pick 14. Like, I don't know. It just seems a bit rich to me. It's not like I'm gonna have 0. Like, I still think they're fine, but I don't know. Seems a little bit much to me. Okay, what did we pull?
Look at us, 1-3. Let's go. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I kind of feel the same way about, I think I've seen Mike Evans getting pushed into the third now. When you've got Debo and Ayuk put together, I almost kind of want Debo just because I think he has that higher ceiling for those those
spike weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. The week. Oh my gosh. That versus Ayuk. Like Ayuk's, a great producer. Was a wide receiver one this year and put up all the numbers and stuff like that. But I don't think he has that ridiculous upside that you get from Debo. So especially in best ball, I want to chase that ceiling.
Okay, so we're 103. First thoughts here between Lamb and I still feel like I lean Jefferson, honestly, but what about you?
Yeah. Given the opportunity, I feel like, oh, are we lagging? It says draft starts in 4 seconds, but there's already been 2 picks. Okay. We're on the clock. I'm fine with Jefferson here. Is that what you're seeing?
I'm down. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We saw him produce with Nick Mullins, so I'm not too worried about whether it's Mullins, whether they sign Jacoby Brissett or whoever it is, like until hopefully Kirk comes back.
Jacoby Brissett. My gosh.
Yo, hey, do you see that? You see that second half he had? He was throwing. He was slinging that thing.
I love, like, you're skipping all the rookie quarterbacks and just going straight to Jacoby Brissett. Like that's their future that they've got pulled up in a win or go home year for the coach. Seemingly, that's good.
Hey man, I'm a Jacoby Brissett stan. Yo, Jamar Chase 106. Sheesh.
That is pretty spicy.
Whatever. I just mean whoever it is. Freaking Carson Wentz. Like anybody can keep them afloat for the like whatever 5-6 games, whatever they need, and hope. I still think Kirk is coming back. I don't know. I feel it. I find it hard to believe he would leave, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it looks like Panda's picking 111, so we are locked in here with him. I feel like the Vikings or the Raiders are going to be the team that trades up to get a QB. Probably like Jaden Daniels or something like that. I don't know that Washington would trade out of being able to finally get a franchise QB, because I'd imagine that's the bait they're using to get a coach in. So yeah. All right, so we've got Puka and AJ Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs to close out the first round. 1, 2, 3, 5 wide receivers or five running backs in the first round, which is pretty great. So let's
see.
Let's start working on our queue.
We got Pandas up on the clock here. He went AJ Brown with his first pick, and then let's see where he goes with his second pick. Yeah,
Garrett Wilson, same spot as last year.
Yeah, DJ Moore, pick 14. I don't know if I love that.
Yeah, that's a tough one, Panda.
So here we go. Nico Collins, 15.7. I don't get the difference between him and Dell, why they're so far apart. I think Dell is like pick 37 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. This seems like they should be closer together, probably around that like 2-3 turn range. Seems a bit much for me. Okay, so who do we have coming up here?
So Nico just went, Taylor just went. So we've got Allen just went. We're going to be, I feel pretty strong about wide receiver here.
Yeah, I don't love Saquon. I don't know. I just feel like it's just the name value propping him up a lot. I mean, he could get a landing spot in free agency that could be nice, but
yeah. I would like to see if we can get Hurts on the comeback for round 3. I feel kind of good about that.
Yeah,
but we're
the only thing I'm worried about is I feel like there's a lot of good quarterback value late in this, especially it being 20 rounds. If we can go like 3 or 4 quarterbacks late, that would be my only pushback. But I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it for sure.
Yeah. All right. So
we were talking about Ayuk.
I know. I mean, at cost, I'm having a hard time not taking Ayuk over Adams. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I lean that way too, honestly.
Adams?
Yeah, I'm good with Adams here. I'm good with that. Let's do that. I definitely prefer Adams over Rashee Rice. I think Diggs and him are pretty similar, but yeah, let's go Adams. Yeah.
No Marvin Harrison given the opportunity.
I can't do it, man. I don't know. I don't.
All right.
I can't. Not to say that I don't like Marvin Harrison, but I don't know. I just don't think that's the appropriate ADP for him. I think we're jumping the shark a little bit on the rookies.
Appropriate. My goodness. Our first draft together this year, and you're using appropriate. This is good. Appropriate ADP for late January. I love it, man. You know what? He might come back to us. How about that?
I'd be down. Okay, so who? Yeah, okay. Olave. I mean, we could go Hurts, Pittman. I'm down for Diggs, Harrison, Hurts, Pittman, Laporta.
Yeah, Laporta is there. Gosh. Remember when you were getting ticked about having to draft him in the 10th round? What's that?
He's 37 ADP, so he's almost 10 picks behind our pick. But
okay. I feel like you want to just do it. You want to live a little? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. How about that?
That is a real nice start to our wide receiver room. Jefferson, Adams, Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. Look at that.
It feels. I mean,
go ahead. Go for it.
I was just going to ask you about A-Chain. How do you feel about A-Chain going pick 19?
I mean, it's kind of crazy pills. It feels like. I get it. I want to believe in it, but it's hard, man. Like, I don't know that that he's going to get, more than a dozen touches. And I mean, I know we've seen him produce with that, but not every game is going to be against that Denver defense. It's just too early for me. Like I feel like we might see an Antonio Gibson or somebody like that end up in Miami and take a lot of the work from him and have him be used as an offensive weapon. And I think he'll score points, but I wouldn't want to take him in the second round.
Yeah, it feels a little bit high for me. I just think it is best ball. So like, even if he gives you like 3 or 4, like 30-point games, he probably pays off the ADP, but I think that's the only reason it's justifiable. Like I would feel a lot more comfortable, like maybe in the mid 20s or like pick 30 or something like that. I would feel a little bit better, but I don't know. It's just weird. This whole range is kind of weird. Like we said, Debo, Ayuk, Rashee Rice. Like I get it. He had a good rookie year, but I don't know. I don't buy into it at the 2-3 turn. It just seems like we were, the sharp thing was to be on rookies like a couple years ago, rookie and second year players. But it's like, I almost feel like it's being like baked in too much at this point. So I don't know.
The Rashee Rice steam I get, and I think it's going to get more intense, especially if you see Kelsey retire. Yeah. I mean, I get the concerns about the ADOT, and the Chiefs have some weird tendencies with wide receiver usage. But like, there's nobody there, man. And he put up 900 plus yards as a rookie, showed some great yards after catch ability. Like, I feel like it's one of those where like, maybe people missed on him to begin with or doubted him because of the Sky Moore stuff. And then he produced, and he was producing with some splits around his targets per route run and stuff like that, where he wasn't running the full snaps, full percentage of snaps. And like, there's just all these little like narratives that you can like kind of chop up with him and like kind of fade. But like, when you sit back and look at what he put together and the offense that he's tied to, like, I can gut a low ADOT to get Patrick Mahomes as one, wide receiver 1 right there.
His number, I think, it is. I think for me, it is a little bit priors based, where I'm just like, I mean, like if you're just not speaking about Rashee Rice and you're just like, okay, a rookie wide receiver on the Chiefs who put up what is like 2.5 yards per route run as a rookie, I'd probably be into it. So yeah, that's a good point. I think I need to just adjust more on that. Okay, so who do we have coming up here?
So we're coming up. James Cook just went. Higgins and Allen and Neighbors went before that.
I think I'm leaning Waddle.
Yeah.
I don't love Kenneth Walker here. I think I'd be down for. Honestly, I feel like Mark Andrews. I don't feel like that's too low for Mark Andrews. Why are we dropping him? What he was going like pick 32, 33, sometimes earlier.
Totally agree.
Waddle went. I think Andrews makes the most sense here, honestly. I mean, I'm down for London.
Yeah, I feel like we can snag any one of these wide receivers on the way back.
Yeah.
And we'll be fine. But getting an elite tight end paired with these wide receivers feels pretty special.
Yeah, I like that. I like this start. This is a very nice start.
It feels appropriate.
Three possibly elite wide receivers, and then I know I'm the resident Mark Andrews stan. Obviously, I'd rather have Laporta and McBride, and probably Brock Bowers in Dynasty. But in redraft, like, do we really think that Lamar's not going to throw to Mark Andrews?
Yeah,
like,
no.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Dude, I love that we got Mark Andrews on the first draft stream of the year. That feels like good vibes.
It does feel like very good vibes. I'm still, I'm still sitting on my 38% Mark Andrews bags in dynasties.
I love it.
I'm just, I can't sell them low because like, what's the point at this point? Like, I might as well wait now. If I want to trade them later on, once we get closer to the season and people realize that he's going to be good again, but no point in selling now. So,
yeah. All right. So what are you thinking here? We've got Jaden Reed, Josh Jacobs, or George Pickens.
I think I'd go Jacobs or Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your lean here? I probably lean Jaden Reed slightly, but I think Josh Jacobs is a perfectly cromulent pick at this range. That's
looks like we timed out.
No, that's fine. Hey, you know what? Yeah. We're early in the season. This is our first stream of the year of an actual basketball draft. So you know what? Hey, I'm fine with it. There you go.
I don't have the overset trigger finger going yet, so my apologies.
It's okay, man. First draft of 2024. Well, we got a lot of time. We got 9 months to work on trigger finger.
Really refine the process. This is good. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of silly. Like this feels like it used to be the dead zone, but being able to get a potential RB1, I think better than good odds that he's a potential top 5 running back this year based on his usage and stuff like that. If he goes back to the Raiders or goes to another team, like I'm here for it in the 5th round. Like,
I feel like he has multiple outs. Like either he stays with the Raiders with Antonio Pierce and they just run the rock freaking 25 times a game with him, or he gets a nice landing spot and goes to a team that has some money to spend on running back, like the Texans or like whatever. Like one of the teams with a lot of they can. Yeah, the Texans I think are a good landing spot for either Saquon or for Jacobs if they want to spend up. I think they have. I don't forget the cap number but it's a lot.
They are set up so well, man. The AFC South is just like a gauntlet now. It feels like I don't get the Vrabel firing or leaving or whatever, but the rest of the teams kind of have their QBs now. Curious to see what happens with Levis, but man, like it's going to be tough there.
Yeah, I think the vibes are pretty good on Will Levis, honestly. Like it's obviously a high variance bet, but I think give him an offense where he can actually they're going to spread it out more. Let him, he can scramble a little bit. You can have some design runs for him and he's probably going to throw some dumb interceptions. I think that's the kind of quarterback he is. Like, I don't think that's really going to change, but whatever. Running and throw some deep balls. I think I'm pretty in on Will Levis this year.
Yeah.
I was not a Will Levis guy at all, but I think the tools are there and just a little bit better offensive environment. They're probably going to suck, right? So like they're probably going to be throwing a lot in negative game scripts. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, man.
JSN is still going pick 56. I feel like that's
crazy.
I feel like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I don't get it, man. Like, what, 600 yards last year? And it seems like, obviously DK's entrenched there. I don't know that Lockett's going to be heading out anytime soon, and he didn't exactly eat either guy's lunch. So, all right.
Like,
it's not a bet I'd make.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's fine, but it's like it just doesn't feel nice. Like, I mean, I think you can project some growth for him going into year 2. Lockett's only going to be a year older, but Lockett was still. I don't think teams really get rid of just like good receivers just to do it. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I still feel like his ceiling is a little bit capped, but watch, we're gonna look back and he's just gonna go absolutely nuclear because we're all fading him.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Just super Scion mode. It'll be great. All right, so we got a little QB run happening here.
I was gonna say your boy A Rich going 63. I feel like that's a solid range.
Yeah, nice. Right in this is a little bit after where Herbert and Burrow kind of went last year, late 5th. We're kind of getting these guys early 6th. Feels all right.
Yeah, Stroud over both. I think Richardson and Fields. Stroud over both of them seems wrong. I don't know. Just from a just a rushing quarterback perspective, I just feel like those guys are much more live to outscore Stroud. As good as Stroud is, I just think he doesn't rush a lot, and that doesn't seem like seems like we're pushing him up a little bit too much. Like, what is the difference between him and some of these quarterbacks that are going 30, 40, 50 picks later in terms of actual scoring? Like, yeah.
So we are coming up here. What are you feeling? We've got Dak, we've got Godwin. We're good at tight end. I feel good about receiver right here. There are some RBs as well. I don't feel comfortable betting on Chubb or Mixon. Pollard with a nice. I feel like we're getting him a little cheaper. What are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling Dak here.
Okay.
Dak, or because who can we stack? We can't stack Andrews. Maybe we can stack Jefferson. I feel like we just go Dak, and whoever falls back to us, there's some good options here. But yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think that's a fine price for Dak. Like, I feel like Dak is live to outscore CJ Stroud, and that was 15 picks earlier. So yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. It's unfortunate we're not going to get like round 9 and round 10 Dak this year. Like that was a lot of fun.
That was crazy. We went Jefferson over Lamb. We could have gotten the Lamb Dak stack, but I still feel pretty good about Dak.
Yeah.
We can back, maybe get a Jake Ferguson as our second tight end.
There we go. We could have the opportunity of getting Pollard in there if you wanted to clean up RB2. Boys right there.
Let's see what other wide receivers are there.
Ooh, Christian Watson.
Trey McBride is still on the board.
Trey McBride is still there.
Or Brian Thomas, Hopkins. I don't know. I don't feel great about Pollard.
Okay.
I'm fine with Christian Watson. I'm fine with just getting done at tight end and going McBride. I feel like McBride shouldn't be going this early, or Kincaid. I don't know. You want Christian Watson? That's fine.
Yeah, it shows that the timer is giving me fits here because it's not showing the right time. It feels like.
Yeah, isn't it supposed to be 30 seconds? Why is it starting at 4? What is it like?
45? Yeah, seconds? I don't know. It's out to get us.
You know what? It's January. Underdog's still working on the bugs. Okay, so
we're gonna talk. It's a weather game, is what it is. That's what we're not playing in perfect conditions. This isn't a dome game. We're out in the elements. The home team's running the scoreboard, so we just got to try to do the best we can. We're going to play our game, okay? That's what we're going to do.
It doesn't make any sense to me that McBride is going this late, though. Like, I just don't – that doesn't logically make sense to me. As we were just talking about it, like, I don't know. That he's going 40 picks after Laporta? That doesn't –
Yeah, and I mean, I feel pretty good about, based on the information that you shared earlier as well, I'd feel pretty good taking him over Kittle as well. I get Kittle, one of the only guys, I think maybe the only tight end to have over 1,000 yards last year, but yeah,
I like Kittle. I like Kittle, especially for his spike weeks, but yeah, it just doesn't. I don't know. Younger and the numbers I quoted earlier, 18.7 expected fantasy points per game and 18.7 points per game. Yeah. It's 1.5. It's 0.5 tight end premium, but still, like those, you scale it down to regular, and it's still looking really nice.
The Kelsey thing is insane to me. Like, especially this time of year. Like, I don't know. You don't have to do it. I think there's where do you come down on the retirement stuff with him, man? Like, I don't know,
man. I'm going back and forth. I feel like 1 week, I think I drafted him in a startup, like, was it a week or 2 weeks ago at like 8.12, and I was like, okay, whatever, 8.12. What's the opportunity cost at this point? So I took him, but I don't know. I'm not like that's in dynasty startups. That's fine because I'm just like, okay, whatever. If I blow a 9th round pick or 8th round pick, like, it's not the end of the world. I still feel like there's a pretty good chance if they win the Super Bowl that he retires and just rides off into the sunset, does his podcast, goes on tour with Taylor Swift. I think it's pretty possible.
Yeah. Our guy Panda, really getting after the old running back values here with Austin.
Can we scroll up and see the rest of his team? Because I wasn't paying attention for a little bit. Yeah. I want to see.
So he just picked Engram. We've got Connor, Eckler, Pickens, Mahomes, Evans, DJ Moore, and AJ Brown.
Okay.
So we've got an AJ, a DJ, and no more abbreviations.
I can't say I hate it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay, we're about to be up in a couple picks. Let's see who's still here on the board. How do you feel about B-Rob?
I think it's a pretty great value on a starting running back thus far. I don't think anybody's coming in to take that job this year. I don't think they're going to spend significant capital on a running back in the draft.
Oof, and we get sniped on B-Rob. Okay.
I'd feel great about either one of those wide receivers there.
I'm fine. I lean Deontay. Okay. I lean Deontay or Jake Ferguson to stack up with Dak.
You want Jake or Deontay?
Because I'm trying to think who else we're gonna stack Dak with. I
think that's it. Yep, we did it. All right.
I feel like that's the right move. Like, I feel like we already have 4 wide receivers.
I think we've 4
wide receivers. I feel like, and we're pretty we have some heavy hitters. So I think we'll have, and especially in 20 rounds, I think if we get to 7 wide receivers, probably maybe 8, depending on how it falls to us, and someone will probably fall to us here. I think I prefer Jacoby to Sutton, honestly.
Okay.
What are your or Hollywood?
I am down for Jacoby, and I think that works if Jacob stays. Well, we've got another correlation with.
Okay, yeah, let's go Jacoby.
Yeah.
The quietest 13.8 points per game season of all time. I feel like what does the man have to do to just prove himself? I just don't understand.
And he finally got touchdowns this year. He had some great weeks. It wasn't quiet production.
It was spike weeks too. In the 20s.
Yeah,
he had some rushing. I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns. He had a passing touchdown.
It's what you want, man. Jacoby unleashed by the Raiders. What a time,
dude. He's just it's so interesting to me how the undrafted bias just stays with people for so long. I don't know. I think if he had a whatever. maybe it's because he was on the Raiders, so people just have
Yeah.
that like stink on him as well. It's the double stink of the Raiders and the undrafted stink, but
I think it is cool to see like how quickly people, not undrafted, but like fifth round Puka, like how everybody seems to be adjusting to that now. But it did take him like breaking the rookie record and stuff like that. But it's like,
yeah.
yeah, no, this dude's good. Like this dude's beyond good. He's elite. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. In Dynasty, he's going in like the 11th, 12th round. Man, if I could have 100% Jacoby and 100%
Jacoby?
Deontay Johnson, I would have, because Deontay and Hollywood are going in the 10th round regularly, and Jacoby, like, that's just free money. Like, why am I
Yeah.
paying whatever 5th round Zay Flowers, who's going to score 13.8 points per game, when I can pay round 12 Jacoby Myers, who's going to score 13? Like, I get it. I understand why, but I don't know. That's like something in my brain that just does not compute. Like, I just can't justify those prices. Like, I'll take the more valuable quarterback and tight end and other like really, really juicy receivers that I really, really want. And then I don't know. I think I do have like 30% Jacoby and 30% Deontay. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is, but like, I just don't understand the disrespect, honestly.
No, it's justified when you can get them for that price, man. Like, come on. That's easy. It's too easy. You mean you don't want to take a flyer on like Jameson Williams or Treylon Burks or that type?
I don't know. I'm biased because I love
QJ.
Q. You know what, QJ? Where he goes, he's going pretty late. He's going like 15th round, 14th round. Like,
Got a few dart throws out there on him.
yeah, that's fine. But like, I think who else is going. Like, D Hop is going like 12th round. Lockett's going like 16th round. I've gotten Lockett like 16th round a few times. At that cost, if they're terrible, if they go to nothing, you're not paying anything anyways. And if they're probably going to give you still 12 points a game for free. So
can we talk about this real quick? How great of a moment this is for the community. Jared Goff
over Trevor Lawrence
in front of Trevor Lawrence. Heck yes. Let's go.
Yeah, brother.
Give the former number 1 overall pick his flowers. Give the man his due. He's earned it. My gosh.
Number 1 overall pick versus number 1 overall pick.
It's great. I love it.
One has better hair, but one wears buffs. So I think you know where I lean on this one.
Yeah. It's pretty easy.
Caleb going 112. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Khalil Shakir. That seems.
People are getting steamy on Khalil Shakir, man.
All right. There's Tyler. Okay. So let's check in here. What are we feeling?
Oh, this is a gross range. Holy crap.
Yeah, this is not the most exciting.
This is nasty as hell.
I feel like
can you wait? How many running backs do we have right now?
Right now we have 1.
Okay. I feel like it's probably running back range.
Okay. You want a little Chuba, a little Roshan, a little Ty Chandler.
Rough. Holy crap.
Brooks, little rookie love.
Yeah. He did tear his ACL, so I don't know if I feel like this is a little bit early. I don't know.
I don't know when this timer's going to go off, so we got to.
Let's go Roshan. I feel like Roshan or Chuba. Yeah.
Let's go Roshan.
Yeah, we don't know. We really have to. We're playing it. We're playing it real close to the vest.
Dude, we're diffusing a bomb where we can't see the timer. This is great.
Yeah, I think Brooks is like, he would easily be the RB1 in this class if he didn't tear his ACL. It is best ball, so like if he comes back end of the season, that's kind of what we're playing for anyways. But I still feel like it's a little bit early for a guy. We're still so early in the process. We don't know where he's going to get drafted. Let's see, what other wide receivers do we have here?
So we've got Judy, Mitchell, Gabe Davis, Troy Franklin.
I feel like Judy I'm not a Judy guy, but like this seems pretty late for Judy.
It does. And I was going to throw out the possibility of uniting the best ball brothers with Gabe Davis and Christian Watson on the same team.
Yeah.
Be great. It's all or nothing.
Yeah. I'll float one more name. I think it's probably a little bit early, but Jerome Ford. I feel like he could be the RB1.
Right.
I feel like we can probably if we take Judy, we got to hammer running back for a couple rounds. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm down for Judy. I think
Okay.
that's a good way to close out this wide receiver room. That
So
gives
we
us
have
five,
wide receiver. We have Jefferson, Adams, Marvin Harrison Jr., Christian Watson, Jacoby, and Judy. That's a pretty solid wide receiver room. Like, I don't even know if we need maybe we can tack on one late, but we're good at tight end. We're good at probably wide receiver, so we can just hammer running back. That feels nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say it's nice or cozy?
You know what? I use them interchangeably.
Appropriate.
I wouldn't say it's cozy, but I am probably the most cozy person of going 0 RB. Like, I think in a startup, I didn't take my first running back until like the 12th round or something, 13th round, and I'm just like, you know what? I'll figure it out later. We're fine.
I love, like, this is semi-related, but like not having a firm grasp on ADP right now, and just flying a little blind definitely reduces the sweat level on this, because like you don't really know, when you're not sweating up like, man, if I can just wait and see if this guy falls to me. Whoever we're getting kind of feels like a bonus right now. This is good.
Absolutely. We're not fully locked in where we're like, oh fuck, Jahan Dotson went 3 picks before ADP and we're not going to get our stack. Like,
Yeah.
we can chill a little bit. We're not. It's January. We'll be fine. We'll survive. Did you see the
propaganda?
What's up?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Goff is the.
You can't.
You can't think Goff. Goff
Yeah.
is the one. Did you see the Stephen A. Smith videos where he's talking about Pokemon?
Yes,
bro. Those are sending me. I love those.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Gosh, I love the renaissance that Pokemon is having this last year. Just incredible.
Did you watch did you watch Pokemon Concierge?
I haven't. No. We went back and we started watching. My boy started watching Indigo League.
Oh yeah, I was watching it too.
And it cracks me up because like for years I had, I just kind of like gently told them like, yeah, like Team Rocket, they're the good guys. They're just trying to help out the Pokemon. Like the second or third episode, Team Rocket explicitly says, no, we can do that because we're the bad guys. And they all looked at me and started laughing and like rewound it like 5 times. And I finally just got buried under this avalanche of lies about Team Rocket being the good guys. It was pretty brutal to be taken down like that. It was good.
That's it's a class you gotta show the kids. You gotta get them into it. It's
oh yeah.
That was I'm pretty sure part of the reason why my eyes got worse is just from staring at the Game Boy Advance screen with no backlight until 5 a.m. in the morning, just trying to level up my my Gyarados or whatever. Like that's fun times.
I love it. Degenerative eye disease because of Pokemon.
100%. Those screens were terrible.
Yeah, your eyes are just zapped after that. Like come in, just bloodshot.
You had the little light that you like plug in, but like you're trying, like you don't want your parents to see that you're still awake, so you don't want to like have light on. So you're just like you're using the moonlight to guide you, and it's rough.
Oh, Panda keeping up the theme with the old dudes and got Thielen in there. It looks like.
Thielen 134 seems not great. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, we're gonna have to make a decision here. Gosh, we are gonna have a cheap Kirk Cousins that we could have a little stack with Jefferson if he goes back to Minnesota.
Um,
I don't know
I
about that.
kind of lean. I like Khalil Herbert if he falls to us here.
We do have Roshan already.
Yeah, we do
though.
have Roshan. I don't know if that's the move. I don't know. I'm fine double dipping. Or we could go Kirk. The only thing, yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna have to go three quarterbacks anyway. Just 20 rounds, so
Yeah.
we can have some Kirk cover.
Oh,
Wait.
that one. All right. What do you think, Kirk?
Let's go Kirk. Let's go Kirk.
Okay.
Let's go Kirk. Let's hammer running back for like 5 rounds, and we can circle back on a quarterback in round 19, 20, 18, 19, 20.
Cool. I dig it.
Ooh, I like that.
You already
What's
killing
good?
it with the strategy talk. This is you're already in like May form with this. Like, we're gonna do this. We're coming back. We're gonna hit it 4 in a row. Like, you're built.
Hey man,
different,
you're the resident best ball god here. Let's be honest here. I only made it to the I only think I had one team make it to the second round. So
it's a professional organization on this stream is what we are. We bring out the best in each other. That's what we're trying to do here.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta push each other. Okay,
so Rogers just went. K-Dot went before him. You want to do Herbert?
I think we're fine going Herbert. Yeah.
Okay. No Braylon. You don't want the 20-year-old yoked up Wisconsin back.
I think Herbert or Bucky Irving. I just feel like Herbert, we know, like it's either if we're getting the starting running back for the Bears, whether it's Herbert or Roshan, I feel like that's pretty nice to just lock it in, and then whatever. I think whatever. That either way, we're locking in one of those, and then we still have a lot of running backs to fill in. But we definitely need to hammer running back though, because we're 3 and 2 of them are on the same team. So
noted. We'll be good. You got any Braylon Allen takes?
I'm not sure he's going to get great draft capital, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Probably.
Have you seen anything about like miles per hour on him that he's hit or anything like that? Like, I haven't seen any.
That's a good question. No, I haven't. I'll have to look. I mean, the real thing about him, more dynasty focused, is that he's going to be like 20 or like something crazy when he's drafted, like early 20 or something. I forget.
Yeah, no, literally 20.
Let's see player profile. Let's pull it up really quick. I think for dynasty, that's real nice. Just like he's going to be 5 years in the league and he's still going to be 25. Like, that's pretty nice for a running back. It's going to give you some leeway with his development. So
yeah.
Let's see. 6'2", 238. His age is 20.0. He literally just turned 20. That's crazy. So next year, this time we'll be drafting the big boards for 2025 and or 2020. Yeah, and he'll be 21 years old.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. And already probably like 240 playing weight. Little Brandon Jacobs.
What's up?
Little Brandon Jacobs. Remember him?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, brother. That was my go-to in Madden, whatever, Madden 10, Madden 09. I don't know who I'm, as you can tell by my personality, I get very into things. I would just play. I would remember I had like a TV in my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like this little tiny, like probably as big as my computer, my laptop screen. And I would just sit there all day and play Madden franchise until my eyes bled. Probably, I'm surprised my eyes aren't worse. And, just playing on difficulty that was like the easiest difficulty and just running up the score.
Yeah.
65-7. And you're just like, yeah, man, I have
Madden
number one
stats.
running back, number one tight end, number one wide receiver, number one quarterback. Just boosting the ego of a 10-year-old. It's real great.
Yeah, man. It's what it's there for. It's great. I'm excited for the NCAA game to come back and hopefully not suck. That would be a fun one to dust off and play.
Man, I honestly I would drop a bag on a PlayStation 2 and NCAA 14. I would save up for that. Like
Yeah.
that was I love sports games like 2K and NCAA 14. In my freshman year of college, I would just same thing. I would just drink a couple brews until 4 a.m. and just have tournaments in the dorm room. That was real nice.
Get after it. All right, we are coming up in 2. Damn. Jaleel McLaughlin was kind of
Yeah,
who
I
I was
like
looking
Jaleel.
at.
It seems late for Jaleel too. I feel like he should be going a little bit earlier.
No, we lost him. So we've got Elijah, Dame Pierce, Gus Edwards.
I think I'm leaning Estime.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Gibson, I think, could have a juicy landing spot. Elijah Mitchell kind of
Yeah.
is an enigma to me. I'm not really sure. It's weird. Like he has been the number 2, but then he also wasn't the number 2 for a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know with CMC fully blocking him there outside of an injury, it's
purely
tough to
contingency.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I lean the upside with Gibson. Just whatever we've seen him have some big workloads before. If he's the number 2 somewhere, but
Yeah.
the other thing I'll float. Let's see what quarterbacks do we have here? Just so I'm aware.
Watson, Gino, Danny Jones, Carr, Bryce, Will Levis, Russ, Penix.
Okay. Yeah, let's go running back. I think there's plenty of options. I was going to say Watson, but
what do you want to do? Gibson or Gus?
Go with your gut, man. I don't really have that much of a lean, to be honest.
All right, I'm going to go Gibson.
Okay.
I have a hard time fading a 6 foot, 220-pound running back that can run a 4.3 40. Like
and can catch passes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough to pull that guy off my board.
I think he's going super late in startups too. I mean, probably justifiably so, but like 17th round or something. Like I think that's a pretty good scoop at that price.
Yeah. I think he's got some fun destinations he could go to. I could see him take a trip up to Minnesota. I think he'd do well in that scheme. Obviously, Miami.
Yeah, that's a really good spot.
Yeah, nothing seemed to go right for him in Washington outside of that 1 year. So excited to see what happens if he goes to a team that has a plan for how to use him and how to use the receiving skills that he has too. I can never figure that out with what happened in Washington, man. Like, yeah.
I could see him. Yeah, that's a good landing spot. I feel like the Chargers, if he maybe they pair him with if they draft like Blake Corum or something in like the 3rd or 4th round and then pair him with like a Gibson, I feel like that's a pretty good 1-2 punch. Like Gibson's more of the receiving 3rd down back and mixes in, and then Corum's like the early down guy. And there's obviously contingency value too. I don't know. I think there's some good landing spots for him. Absolutely. Like you said, I think Minnesota would be nice.
Yeah. Where do the rookie running backs in general, do you it doesn't feel like we're going to get a round 1 at all. Do you feel like we could get a round 2 guy? Because even that's kind of becoming sketchy at this point. It feels like
from what I've heard from the smart people who are doing the prospecting so far, it seems like not. But you never know. I feel like every year someone falls in love with someone. So I feel like probably it's probably 1 in the 2nd round is probably the betting how I would bet right now. But I think we'll get some 3rd rounders. I think we'll, you know what I mean? I think it'll be fine. We'll look back and we'll be like, okay, this was not as bad as everyone thought. I hope that's probably some cope, but
yeah. I love this. We're getting round 15 Pop Douglas this offseason. How great is that?
Hey man, I think it's pretty solid. I think they're probably going to I hope they draft a quarterback. I don't know. I hope they draft a quarterback, and if that happens, and they no longer have Belichick kind of running a kind of old ass scheme, I feel like, I think he was good as a rookie. His target per out run, yards per out run, everything looked good. I'm pretty into Demario Douglas.
I guess I should cool it with running my mouth because we've got 9 badges in this line in here. Like,
hey man,
good.
it's the sickos this time of year. Like,
yeah,
Noah Fant. I was a year early on Noah Fant. I think I had 25% Noah Fant last year.
It's okay. Like that, he's so cheap now. Like, it's okay. You just got to hold him. Like, we know, we have a good idea. We don't know, but we have a good idea for how his story's going to go.
He's
hopefully
a free
in
agent.
Miami. Yeah,
he's a free agent. I'm pretty. I'm trying to draft him in every draft in Dynasty. He's fallen super late.
Mm-hmm.
I think
so we're coming up here in 4.
Okay.
You want to get a little peek here?
Let's see.
All right, running back. Dame, AJ, Madison, Justice Hill, Kenny Gainwell, Tank Bigsby, Will Shipley. Kind of feel that a little bit.
Let's see who else is here. I think I've seen some hype on Marshawn Lloyd. Is he still available? Marshawn Lloyd.
Yep.
It's a little bit ahead of his ADP. I feel like ADP for rookies though is a little. It's kind of a farce at this point. Chris Rodriguez, I don't hate maybe as the number 2 in Washington. I mean, I guess AJ Dillon, Gainwell, Bigsby are. I don't know.
See if there's any wide receivers that really jump out. Any showstoppers here?
I feel like Hyatt's not a terrible pick.
Tight end. I think we're good at tight end.
What about quarterback?
Gino, Derek Carr, Bryce Young, Will Levis. Will Levis would be a nice dart throw here. You want to save him for the comeback? We got Lloyd.
Okay, wait. So how many running backs do we have? Let's see. We have 3. We have 17, 18, 19, 20. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Yeah, 6.
Okay, so we need one more quarterback for sure. And then I think we have 3 picks to play around with wide receiver and running back. So
yeah.
I'm definitely down for Levis. I'm definitely down for Levis though, if he's still here.
Would you go Levis over Gino, you think? Gino,
I think it's a little bit more of an upside swing. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, we're only a year removed from top 5 Gino.
Yeah. No, I think you can. I think I'd go either way. I don't know. Don't think it's Gino. He had a couple good weeks at the end of the year, but he didn't. He just. I think he averaged like 16 points a game or something. It wasn't. Wasn't great.
Okay.
Justice Hill going pick 186, huh?
Yeah, that's something.
NCAA 06, Vince Young and Reggie Bush. Yeah, that sounds very OP. Like that sounds not fair.
My favorite was I had 1 year where I got Niles Paul, Nebraska Cornhusker, wide receiver, a Heisman for a 2,000-yard receiving, 1,000-yard rushing season. He was Debo before there was Debo. It was great.
He was big boy. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
We're up.
All right, so we're up.
I say Hyatt, Levis, or Gino. Go wherever your heart leads you with this one. I don't have a strong lean.
Gosh, I don't know. Hyatt or Levis? Let's pick one.
Let's go Levis. Let's go Let's go Mayo, man.
Mayo. Nailed it. All right.
Roast us in the chat if Levis over Gino is a terrible take. I don't know. Gino was the faller.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's round 17. We're in January. Let's have a little fun.
Mayo man all the way. Okay, good.
His wide receiver room of I don't is not is he still
Burks,
under contract?
Burks and
there?
Hopkins.
Yeah.
I don't
Hopkins
know.
is still under. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's Hopkins. I think he's under contract, but I mean, I feel like he's live to just be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Trade me to a contender, right? Meow. All right, so we've got Dame Pierce, AJ Dillon, Darius Slayton. That's a nice pick, actually.
Darius Slayton. Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
He had some big games.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Just because we chose Levis doesn't mean we hate on Gino. It's just, we're just living a little.
Yeah.
Pick 200 Gino does seem nice though. Copious Pine.
You got it.
I know him. He's a sicko. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, so let's think through. Like, let's put some guys in our queue for running back and wide receiver. Oh, Jalen Wright. I've seen some steam on him from Tennessee. Let's see who else. I feel like Devonta Foreman is always live for like 2 30-point games per season. Let's see.
I dig that. I kind of dig a little contingent upside with Michael Carter here.
Yeah. James Conner, 28 years old, always live. Let's see who else. Mercado, no.
Carson Steele.
Ronnie Rivers, RB2 and RB2 behind Kyron last year.
Yeah, do that. Oh my gosh, Rashad Penny.
Please
get
it off my screen, please. Be gone.
How far have you fallen?
The power of Christ compels you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what about wide receiver? Who do we have? Left?
Let's see here.
Some real nasty options.
We've got Darnell Mooney, who could very well be a Kansas City Chief, because I think his contract is up, right?
Mooney, Gallup, as gross as Yoshi.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, as gross as it is, KJ Osborne, if Hawk is out and it's he's the number 3 receiver getting a little bit more targets. This is terrible.
Yeah, this gets real not fun real fast. I don't want to, for the sake of the stream, I'm not going to scroll down anymore there.
Yeah, we don't want to do that to the people to have avert your eyes,
anybody. I don't need to get that spooky yet.
Why don't you run through our team really quick? Just give a quick recap.
Yeah. So far at QB, we've got Dak, Kirk Cousins, Will Levis. Nice spread on those guys. And then running back, I got Josh Jacobs, Roshan Johnson, Khalil Herbert, Audric Estime, Antonio Gibson, Marshawn Lloyd. Wide receiver, going to be the strength of the squad. We've got Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison Jr., Christian Watson, Jacoby Myers, and Jerry Jeudy. That is a sick wide receiver core.
Nasty wide receiver right there.
And tight end, Mark Andrews and Jake Ferguson stacked up with our guy Dak.
Stack that bitch up.
Mm-hmm. Definitely need some variance to go our way at running back. But I feel like a pretty good squad otherwise.
Yeah, I like it. I think A.T. Perry, Casey in the chat. What's good, brother? He's holding it down in Cali. He says A.T. Perry. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in the Michael Thomas role. Yeah, you know what? He had a couple big touchdowns. I think a couple from Jameis, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, so we are on the clock. What do you want to do here?
Let's see.
You want to pull a little Yoshi?
Let's go. I'm down for. I'd say we go. let's go our boy Yoshi.
All right.
And then let's get a running back on the way back.
Okay. What are you feeling? Kareem Hunt, Jalen Wright, Samaje, Dante.
I lean Deonta Foreman or Jalen Wright, just either a rookie upside or Deonta Foreman, just whatever. Falls into 1 week and just gets 25 touches like it seems like it happens every year. I think that's fine. Probably Jalen Wright, just but I feel like either one is perfectly defensible. Yeah.
All right. Oh man, defensible and appropriate in our first chat, dude. This is your first draft. We got our work cut out for us. Spring and summer. I love it.
We absolutely do. Yeah, we gotta
some drafts.
We gotta we gotta work on our lingo. We gotta work on it.
Good.
It's the off season.
It is
not that there is an off season, but
I like to break a mental sweat.
So right. Next, what's the over under on next year of when drafts open up? Is it going to be the second week 17 is over? It's going to be like,
dude, like you're going to have
midnight, and then it's just going to be like, okay, it's over.
Yep, you'll have it like you'll have the league set up, all the like it's shelled out. We're on the clock here. You want to go, Jalen Wright?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Bang. Yeah, man. I predict as soon as that final whistle blows, you've got the shell of the league set up, and you're just spamming us with the invites. Right?
Dynasty. I'm talking about best ball. Like I feel like we're going earlier and earlier. It's 2 weeks before. Last year was after the Super Bowl. This year it's 2 weeks? 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. So
yeah. That does seem fast. Did you do any of the the postseason ones?
Nah, my brain doesn't have enough capacity to dive into that. I feel like I'd just be the fish taking random players in every draft. So I couldn't do that.
Yeah. How about that, man? The NFFC stuff. That is insane to like walk through what's going on there.
Honestly, it feels unreal. Like just seeing ESPN, seeing NBC like tweeting out ship chasing seems like we're living in a simulation. Well, I already know we're living in a simulation. First of all, let me get that out there. But second of all, it just seems like one of the crazy ones of the simulations that are going on. So
the private investigators of Overzet, Gretsch, and Crane, the law firm, chasing them down, man. How great!
The law firm, Crane, Overset, and Sacrilegious.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing stars before the season was over. That is 100% a fact. But I will not admit it in court. I will perjure myself if anybody brings me to court. So I'm pleading the fifth on that one. If I'm ever brought to trial.
Love it.
One team still alive in the playoff drafts. Okay.
All right. Who's on that team? Who do you got?
Yeah, man, I can't. I can only game theory so much before my brain just gets fried. So,
yeah. Little did we know, you just have to take the guys from the two, best teams with the Chiefs and the Niners, and you would have been fine. Like, it's frustrating sometimes how it's just like the simplest stuff like that, where, you don't have to cook your brain trying to find the perfect stack. I'm going to backdoor it with these guys. We'll be fine. Yeah.
Bo Nix and Michael Penix going round 19. I feel like Bo Nix has been mocked like in the top 15 a lot recently. I mean, I think we still have a long way to go, but probably good picks. At least Bo Nix. I don't know about Penix. Scares me with his injury history, and he's like 25 years old. But
wow. Kadarius just carrying that team, man.
Young Joka.
Yeah.
He's a spiritual leader of the squad, okay? It's the only reason you made it this far.
So nuts. I finally got one share of him in that last startup we did. It's just like
was it like round
the most
20,
toxic asset possible. Yeah. I love it.
Okay, so Mahomes.
Red Panda, Saints fan. Grab Michael Thomas with his last pick. I like that. For the brand.
Okay, Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson had a huge first round of the playoffs, right?
Yeah. All right. So our last pick.
This team seems pretty live. Mahomes, McCaffrey, Kelsey, Rashee Rice, Jaquan Jennings, or what was it? Jaquan Jennings? Or no, it's Jawan Jennings and CEH and Tony. I mean,
yeah. Get a splash play from Jennings.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the overlay looks like in terms of like how much of those people are owned, but let's see. Tony's the glue guy.
Tony is. Love it.
Michael Thomas to the Chiefs. You heard it here first.
Man,
nah, I don't see it. Nix is older than Penix. Holy shit,
that is bananas.
We're getting the real alpha here.
All right, so we're coming up. What are you feeling? We got Jeff 7 Wilson. Running backs, 7 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 3 QBs.
I feel like running back probably Foreman or Jeff Wilson probably, maybe Ronnie Rivers. I don't know. I'll let you freestyle this last one.
Love some Dante Foreman.
Feel Greg Dulcich, 3-leg Greg going pick 235.
Ooh, gosh, I hope he bounces back, man. I want to see a full season with him healthy. He's earned it. Let's go. Those hamstrings, bless those hamstrings, someone, please.
I know, seriously. I was so excited about him last offseason. So excited about him.
Justified. How many gifts did you share in startups of it? Tossing the hair.
The limit does not exist.
Yeah. All right, we're on the clock here. Let's God, I had so much round 15 Jeff Wilson last year.
I kind of feel like Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
If he's on the Dolphins, which he probably is, Mike down there in Florida likes his Jeff Wilson. So
yeah,
Raheem Mostert a year older, and maybe he falls into a couple weeks. Can see it.
Yeah, let's get it. Dalvin Cook. All right, who's our last?
Who's Mr. Irrelevant? Let's see.
Lock it in. JJ McCarthy. Nope, didn't see it. All right, so let's pull it up and take a look at this team real quick. So we've got 3 QBs, 8 running backs, 7 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. We've got Dak, Kirk, and Levis. Running back, we've got Josh Jacobs, Roshan, Khalil Herbert, Audric Estime, Antonio Gibson, Marshawn Lloyd, Jalen Wright, and Jeff Wilson. Nice mix of the rookies there. Wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, Devonta Adams, Marvin Harrison Jr., Christian Watson, Jacoby Myers, Jerry Jeudy, and show favorite Andre Iosivas, tight end Mark Andrews, and Jake Ferguson to close it out, man. What do you think?
I feel like wide receiver, I feel really good. Tight end, I feel really good. Quarterback, I feel really good. Running back, not as good, but I think rookies were just even if 1 or 2 of these guys gets drafted in like the 3rd round, I feel like we're feeling pretty good. So
yeah, let's just look at that wide receiver room for a second, because that's it's good. It's good.
Need to go take a cold shower after looking at that.
I love it.
So yeah, it's weird not knowing I feel like not knowing the pockets. Like I feel like you get so used to it when you're just drafting over and over again. You know those ADPs, you know how it falls, so you can kind of plan ahead a little bit more.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just like going in blind. I've watched a lot of streams, but haven't gotten in the trenches. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty solid team. We probably could have went 1 more running back early, but I think it's solid enough. Cover ourselves with 8 running backs. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good start. We've got, we're doing 2-a-days right now is what we're doing. We're getting, we're firing the muscles out, getting some muscle memory built up, getting those drafts in, just getting the reps in. Conditioning right now. That's all it is.
Once BBM opens up, we'll already have done like 100 drafts. So the grooves will be sharpened, and we'll be going good.
Dude,
okay,
we're gonna go ape shit that first weekend. That's what's gonna happen.
We're gonna be like, sorry, I need to call off work. This is on
I'm
the first
down.
day. We have
Yeah.
BBM fever.
This is good. It's good stuff, man.
So startup. What's you thinking there, buddy?
Well, all right. Gosh, yeah, I would share my screen, but should I do it?
Yeah.
I would be sharing trade offers that people have sent me. Is that untowards? Or we can look at the draft board. Let's pull up the draft board.
Let's pull up the draft board. Yeah.
All right. Give me just a second here. All right. So I've got 2 offers in. Some people want to move up and take this spot. And we are right here. 3rd round, pick 2. The 104, I believe, just went prior to me. I feel like it's too early for 105. If 104 was there, I would probably take that.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for 104.
Yeah. Dakota Prescott is out there. So is Tua. Tua's actually, that's a little late for Tua. I feel like he's been going at the end of the second lately.
Late 3, I believe.
Oh, okay. Laporta, Olave is kind of calling my name here too, which is very tempting. But I think he's going towards the end of round 3 at this point.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so Tua's 306. So it's only a couple picks.
Okay.
Dak is, let's see. Dak is 301. Laporta is 302. Tyreek Hill is 305. Olave is 309. I feel like any of these guys are fine here.
Yeah.
We have 2 quarterbacks, so I think Dak is probably a good value. I feel like Olave's fine here. AJ Brown, I don't know how you feel about him. I feel like you should go with your heart and go Laporta, to be completely honest.
I know it's hard not to, man. Like it's there. It's an easy fit. I feel like they're going to kill me in the chat though, because I've been on the clock for a while we were doing this. I said I was going to take Laporta before the show. We'll see.
I think you got to go with your gut, right? You don't want to live with regrets.
Oh boy.
I think you just go Laporta and just call it good.
I mean, we've got some trade ups here. I'm going to have to check out these trade offers when we get out of here and see. I think one's going back to the 3-6.
Okay.
Which I feel like puts me in a good range. So I don't know, man. You're welcome to make an offer live on your show if you'd like to move up here.
I feel pretty comfortable.
High pressure.
I feel pretty comfortable with any of Laporta, AJ Brown, or Dak, to be completely honest. So
yeah,
I don't feel like I need to. Let's see. I was gonna do. Why don't I just quickly walk through my last? Well, I don't even know if it's my last one of my last startups. Can't even keep track at this point. It's just a blur. It's just a blur. It's just like, which one is this? What's going on?
You get the players you like, and they're all good. That's the fun part. You just like them at different levels.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't even know if this is the last one, but this is one of my last ones. So we started off 1-1. I always pull 1-1. I don't know how it happens.
Wow.
But I have a obscene amount of 1-1s. So pulled Josh Allen 1-1. I was at a weird spot at 212 where there was a lot of good options there in terms of quarterbacks. I think T-Law, Dak. There was a lot of good guys there, and I couldn't find a trade. This was a draft where trading back was absolutely impossible. I tried my hardest many times. There was only one guy who I was having good chats with, and I made a couple trades with him. But other than that, dry as hell, dry as the desert. So I just went with Dak, just whatever, bank some
Yeah.
points. He was quarterback, like 3, I think. So Josh Allen and Dak, that's like locking in pretty much, probably like close to whatever. What's like 450 for Josh Allen and like 400 for Dak. So it's a lot of points. Then I traded up to get the 105, which hopefully is neighbors. I'm assuming at 3.7. So I feel pretty comfortable with that. I could have taken Olave, but I have too much Olave. So went neighbors. Trey McBride. We were talking him up earlier. He's going way, but I think Laporta went like 2-1 in this draft. So that was absolutely insane. But Trey McBride 4-1 seems pretty nice. Then we had Nico Collins, who I think his ADP is like early 5th. I got him 5.7. I feel pretty good about that, considering he's going second round right now in best ball drafts. Diggs I took 6.1. He's been falling, so I probably shouldn't have taken him. I probably should have taken another younger guy whose value will go up. But also, I don't know. I still think people are just so spooked off of him, and I don't 100% buy into it. So feel pretty good about that. Pickens, I feel worse about after Arthur Smith going to the Steelers, but pick 7.7. It's not terrible.
He's taken over the AJ Brown role. It's fine.
He looks pretty solid. Like I also had bad priors on George Pickens, but
so the crazy part with like Arthur Smith taking over is like somebody was bringing up like his stats when he was with the Titans and what he did with that offense. And it's like, as an OC, that offense was like hyper efficient. And I get, you've got Derrick Henry and you've got AJ Brown there. Obviously, like 2 all world players, but like I don't recall him having the issues that he had in Atlanta when he was in Tennessee.
It's like he went power crazy. Like I don't know what happened.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully it, kind of like resets him and he can just call it, normal offense.
Stay in your damn role. Like I don't know. I think he's better as an offensive coordinator than as a head coach. I don't know. I don't really want to ever defend Arthur Smith, but I do think that's true. So yeah, Diggs, George Pickens. And then I believe I traded back. But yeah, I picked up, like I said, I like the vets right now. Keenan 8.6, like he scored 21 points a game. If he goes to dust, if he becomes dust, I'm fine with it. Same with Kelsey 8.12. Like if he gives me one season at pick 8.12, like I'm fine with it. Especially with this team build, like I feel like it's a pretty strong contending team build. So definitely worth a shot. And I have the 105. Can't remember if I have an extra 25 first in this draft. I think not, but I have my 25 first, so it's not like I'm going all in and trading my future.
Yeah, no, this is a good balance.
And then I got Ramondre and Demont as my 2 RBs in the 10th round and later. So those feel pretty nice. I feel like both those guys are pretty live for 15 points a game. Which is probably the same as some of the running backs that are going in like the 5th round, like James Cook and those guys. So
and it's so easy for those guys to outscore their ADP there and give you that value. Like what are we doing? It's so easy.
Yeah, Ramondre will whatever. The Patriots can't be as bad as last year.
Yeah.
Probably will get a quarterback, hopefully. And he was still pretty solid last year in the games he was healthy, even in that bad offense. And then David Montgomery, we saw. I mean, as I love Gibbs, you love Gibbs, but it's not like David Montgomery's going away. Like I think whatever, maybe Gibbs will take on some more work in his second year, but they're going to use him interchangeably. And Demont is definitely more alive to get the goal line touches. Not that Gibbs he'll get some, but yeah, man, it's I really like it. This might be my favorite one I've done so far this off season. Just a good good mix of some young guys, some older guys, and the value that fell to me in the middle. That I don't really like. I really like picking at the turns. I just feel like helps me plan out stuff a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it gives you that opportunity to kind of like not necessarily dictate what other teams are going to do, but like you kind of have more pull there on what you're doing rather than reacting to what everyone else is doing. So it's good.
Yeah. Well, what's your schedule looking like? Do you want to hop off? We got 8 people. We got 8 people watching right now. So if you want to just bool for a little bit, I'm down to bool. But you let me know what the situation is.
Unfortunately, I got to check out. So
Okay.
I'm tapped out for the night.
No worries. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for hopping on. First draft of 2024. I feel like a little light on the RBs, but we got some room for the rookies to spike up a little bit. And I hope thanks for joining us. Every Wednesday, Coach and I will be streaming. I've been slacking a little bit on my Monday and Tuesday streams because I feel like there's only so much startup stuff I can do, but I'm committing to Monday. I will do another full walkthrough of a few of my startups just to give you some more in-depth strategy on those. And then Fridays, I am having guests on. I have a couple lined up for the next couple weeks. Hopefully, do some best ball drafts. I think this Friday we'll have Emo Cowboy, who's been on the he's a recurring guest on the channel. Maybe Mathology. I think so. The Bonk Bros will be back. I'll have to cook up a good thumbnail for that one. But yeah, check in 3 times a week. We're going to be grinding here. And Coach, any final words for the night? Thank you for blazing the trails and leading the charge on the clicking of the buttons. I appreciate it.
No, man. Thanks for having me. As always, I feel like, again, as we said, like great vibes going in with getting Andrews and Yoshi on the first, the inaugural draft of the season. That feels pretty good. So we're running hot already. So let's just keep it up, man. It's always a pleasure, and thanks for having me on.
Of course, brother. You have a great night. And thanks, everyone. I will see you guys on Friday. Have a great one.
What is everyone talking about right now?